Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Series Studio. Welcome back to Linux season. Today we will discuss disk partition and file systems. Disk partition means it's like a hard disk. We can divide into drive C and C, D, E in Windows. Like as we can part partition the some hard disks here. Here what is the disk partition and structure, how it is. This is the structure, the partition in Linux, the MBR and primary partition. This is the extended partition and logical partition, and this one is the pre-partition. Then how many types of partitions? We already discussed. This is the primary partition, extended partition and logical partitions. Then disk identification means how the disk we can identify and all. Then create a partition, how to create a partition and how to mount that partition, how to format to that file system to that particular partition. Then file systems, then mounting. This is the disk partition means divide a single hard disk into many logical drives. Here MBR means master boot record. First the partition into boot record, then it's primary partitions. Primary partition means which is usually holds on the operating systems like C drive in Windows. Then extended partition, there can be per disk we can extend the partitions. Logical partitions means under the extended partitions we can divide the logical partitions. Okay, then how many disks is there in drive in Linux? IDE drive means it is a /dev/HDA. It is SC means system OS related partition. Then virtual drive /dev/HDA and cloud disk /dev/xvda. Okay, how we can display the partitions? We can check it using this fdisk commands. How to enter into that particular partition, fdisk, that disk name /dev/sta/dev/sdb, whatever we have in that partition, we can enter using the fdisk command. This is to scan the hard disk. We can use this command, echo space ////classes/cas class /sci _host 0/scan. If you run this command, that hard disk means OS related hard disk scans. Okay, this is the steps how to create a partition and all. We enter into this disk, then there is options to create a new partition and print partition, how to delete and all. Then format the partition using the mkfs commands. This ext4 means this is the file systems. Mount that partition to a particular directory, then entry into the fstab or mtab. Mtab means it's a temporary mounting. If you enter into the fstab, it's a permanent mounting, means once the server is reboot, that partition fs file system into that server. If you enter the details, that partition details in mtab, once the server rebooted, the data will lapse. Okay, let's next file system. What is the file system? Used to handle the data management of the storage. Okay, how many types of file systems is there? Disk based file system, network file system and cache based file systems. In this we have a ext4 extended file system, second extended file system, and it is invented in 1993. It doesn't have any generic features and all, suitable for flash drives and USB drives. This file size between the 16 GB to 2 TB in size. Okay, some disadvantages in ext2 file systems. It is to corrupt during the power failures and computer crashes when the data being saved into the disk, and also that's some data fragmentation issue which hinder performance. Then ext3 extended third extended file systems, it is came into picture 2001. Specific generic feature is there, maximum file 16 GB to 2 TB. You can convert ext2 fs to ext3 fs directly. Then ext pro most used the file system nowadays. Fourth extended file systems, it came on 2018. A directory can have up to 64,000 subdirectories. A file can be up to 16 db in size. Then it is can be 1 exabyte in size. Almost most Linux distribution recommended the maximum file system up to 100 TB only. It reduces the fragmentation issues and provides the ton of journaling features. Then XFS, a high performance 64 journal file system created on a silicon graphics. XFS support metadata journaling which facilitate the quicker cache recovery. If any crashes and all, it will recovery by easily. In addition, Red Hat Linux 7 supports backup and restore utilities specified to XFS. It supports 500 TB, up to 500 TB, and these all are the some basic commands how we can check the disk file system and also disk usage of the particular file system answer. Okay, let's go to the Linux mission. Putty load. Before it we can change the settings. Bold 16. Okay, open it. Okay, yeah, or else we can use Linux, login as a Linux 1 2 3 4. Yeah, see here, it is a Linux user, not a root user. If you want to enter into root mode, sudo su hyphen, it's asking for password, root password. Linux is not in sudo override, this instance will be reverted. Okay, or else 1 2 3 4. See, it's went to root users. We can see df5 file system, how to display the file systems. df-h. See, this is the file systems, how many file systems are there, and this is the size of that file system, how much memory is used, how much available, and it is in percentage and mounted on which directory. Okay, this is the root directory, this is the root file system. See, it's mounted on slash means root. Okay, now if you want to check the hard disks, fdisk -l. See, this is the /dev/sda, it is a root file systems, and also /dev/sdb is there. This is the root file this one partition, like. Okay, if you enter into this partition fdisk /dev/sdb, see, it's enter into this file system /dev/sdb. If you want to know some options how to create a partition and how to delete, how to exit from here, just give m, it will display the options. Toggle bootable, how to edit the disk label, this is the how to delete a existing partition. En means add a new partition. P means print the partition table. If you give the P, see, nothing is there, means we didn't do partition for this. That's why it's showing nothing. Then write table to disk and exit. Q means quit without saving the changes and all. We can give now new, means we are creating the new partition here. N. See, partition type, it's asking the primary or extended or free. I am giving the enter, means it will take default. Then partition number, what, 1 to 4 we can give any number, I'll go with default one. Go with default. Then last sector. This is the RAM for this. Then if you want to how many GB under plus size, I want 1 G. I am giving 1 GB. I need it. See, if you give the now p, see /dev/sdb1 is created now. If you want to exit from with the savings, just give w or else m. See, it is write table to disk and exit. If you give q, it's exit without saving the data. If you give w, exit with whatever we did that savings, it saves the data, then it's exit. See, the partition table has been altered. Syncing disks. Then fdisk -l, if you give, see here /dev/sdb is created. Okay, under /dev/sdb starts with id system. This is the Linux, and lvm also we can change it. This is the id of this Linux. We can check in later classes. Okay, as per the this one, see, after partition we need to mount it. Before mounting we need to format it, means which file system need to do this one. Okay, I'll go with ext4 mkfs start ext4 space which partition /dev/sdb1. See, it's done. File system label, OS type Linux, blocks, then allocating groups tables done, writing inode tables done, all is done. Okay, then I'll go with mounting. Before mounting, I'll create one directory here, mkdir. I'll mount this partition to this directory. Mount for this, mount /dev/sdb1/part. This is the partition. Okay, then this is the directory. In which directory we need to mount it, means whatever we did under this partition, that data saved into this directory. Okay, just enter it. /part is not there, then yeah, see, it's now done. df-h, see, /dev/sdb1 is under /root/part. It's mounted on /root/part. Okay, then if you reboot the system, this partition will disappear. Why? Because this data is not added into the fstab, means permanent mounting. Okay, for that we can add this partition into the table, fstab table. Okay, vi fstab /etc/fstab. Okay, see, this is the root one. It's already there. It's mounted on xfs default. This is okay. What it is, dfs means this is the file systems. We'll see. See, this is the device name, what it is. Then mount point, where this partition is mounted on. This is the type of fs, in which fs it's mounted. Defaults means mount options. We can give any options for this. First 0 means dumping. Next 0 means it's a sequence number. It will check the sequence number. Okay, now we can add it. rl /dev/sdb1 space /root, where it is mounted, /part1 space 0 space. Okay, Now we entry into fstab is done, means that permanent mounting is done now. Okay, this is the disk partition and how to create a partition to the disks. If you want to unmount this partition, just give u mount this one, where it is mounted, this one. Just give, see, if you run df-h, this partition is not there. See, it's unmounted here. Directly you can give mount -a, it's automatically came. Means no need to reboot the server and all. Just give the mount -a. Mean why it's came, we given the mount -a, we enter this data into fstab. That's why whenever we run the mount -a command, whatever the data in fstab, that mounts will automatically mounted. How to display the partition df-h? We can see the file systems of this server. du-a means, see, this is the one. du-a means disk usage of the all file system. It will display. Okay, du-h, if you give, it says, see, 16k only, it means of human readable format, it will display. 20k it will /48k using du-sh, total 48k using the in server. Total 48 kb usage is going on this server. Previous command is success or not, we can check using the echo command. Okay, to know the previous command is success or not, if you give this one, it will give the 0 value, the previous command is success. I'll give dush, see, you see some number is came. If the number is came when we ran this command, that command is wrong. If you want to find the UUID of this partition, just give blkid UUID of this partitions /dev/sds and sdb. Whatever we created recent partition UUID is this one. We can add the data in fstab with UUID as well. We'll show the type of that file system. Okay, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.